Mayor at 7 o'clock?
All right. Ready to do this? Howard, you ready?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Kelly, are we good? We are. Julie just left. Just making sure. All right. In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board designed for that purpose, and notice was transmitted to the official newspapers provided by resolution adopted January 6, 2024. Meeting notice has also been continually posted on the Borough website. May I have a roll call?
Yes, Mayor. Council President Morgan?
Here.
Councilwoman Phillips?
Here.
Councilman Otteson?
Here.
Councilwoman Russo?
Here.
Councilman Pagan, I believe, is going to be late, and Councilwoman Haran.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mayor, sorry.
We'll now rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. I'll open it now for public comment on agenda items only. That's public comment for agenda items only. Please step up to the microphone. State your name and address for the record. Not seeing any public comment. We'll close that portion and we'll move into the caucus work session. And not seeing any items on caucus work session tonight, we'll move right into the proclamation designating the month of September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And I welcome up the Verdone family. Real quick, Kel, I'm not seeing the proclamation in front of me. Yep, but I need a sign. I have a copy, yeah, but I would love, so Mr. Verdone, before I read the proclamation, if you guys would like to step up to the microphone and speak. And once again, as I said earlier, it is always a pleasure. I enjoy this. This is one proclamation that is probably my most favorite proclamation each year, and that is because I think the cause that you two champion is tremendous, and it's really close. It's home here in Haddon Heights, so welcome tonight, and bear with us as we have to.
We have a recent picture of Natalie. This is her on treatment, and this was her a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
Wow, that's wonderful.
She looks great.
How old?
She'll be 15.
15. That's wonderful.
She was 3 when she had cancer.
She was diagnosed yet. Well, this is why we do this. You never think about children getting cancer, at least we did not. And when Natalie was diagnosed, we learned very quickly that children get so little funding for research. Of the whole budget that the National Health Institute gives to the National Cancer Institute, they only get 7%. Now, I had breast cancer a couple of years ago, so I've gone through it. My 2 sisters also had it and went through it. My mother had it. She died when she was 78. My sisters were much younger. So I'm not picking on breast cancer. If anybody here has a relative, but just to show the disparity. The bigger glasses, that's what breast cancer gets. One cancer gets all that of the budget. Over the 100 types of childhood cancers, that's what they get. This gets 34% of the budget. They get 4%. This is a list of all the drugs approved to treat breast cancer. That's why my younger sisters are still here. My younger sister is here. My older sister died, but not from cancer. COVID got her. But because of all these drugs, that's why women are living longer, and surviving, not just, living. But children in 40 years, they've only developed 7 drugs specifically for children. Unfortunately, kids are also treated with a lot of these drugs developed for adults. That's why so many of them suffer these horrific side effects that affects them the rest of their lives. Most kids who survive breast cancer, Natalie included, before they're 45, will get some other kind of illness that affects their hearts really badly. Natalie has, and a lot of them suffer from anxiety. And at this point, she's 15. They're too young they test her every year about fertility, but it's too young to do anything about it. But there's a good chance she may not be able to have children. So they said possibility for her is having to freeze her eggs now, and she's 15. So if you asked her now, she does not like kids, does not like babies, so she'd be perfectly fine with it at this point. But at some point, she might want to change her mind. So this is why we come here every year. We want people to be aware of it. Until you're in it, you just don't know. That's why Bill gave you all, because the color for children is gold, like pink for breast cancer. But most people don't know that. So even if you just wear it one day, hopefully somebody will say, what's that for? And you can tell them it's for childhood cancer. We have brochures if anybody wants any, but we appreciate you having us every year.
Of course. Let me come down and join you. I'm going to read the proclamation.
Okay.
You guys, Brett will take photo, I'm sure, of as I read the proclamation. So the proclamation reads, recognizing September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, whereas cancer kills more children than AIDS, asthma, diabetes, cystic fibrosis, and congenital abnormalities combined, children cancer causes, and whereas incidence of invasive pediatric cancers is up 20% in the past 20 years, according to the American Cancer Society. But funding for pediatric cancer research has gone down every year since 2003. And whereas 1 in 5 of our nation's children will die from their disease from a secondary cancer or from complications from treatments, and 95% of adult childhood cancer survivors suffer from at least one long-term late effect of their cancer or its therapy. And whereas more than 40,000 children undergoing treatment for cancer each year, and whereas in the past 40 years, the FDA has initially approved only 7 drugs for any childhood cancer, but the FDA has approved over 200 drugs for adults suffering from cancer. And whereas of all the federal government funds given to the National Cancer Institute, 96% is given for adult cancer research. However, only 4% goes to all childhood cancer research. Whereas the Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer Foundation, that's you guys,
Yep.
is dedicated to educating and mobilizing people about the critical need for funding for pediatric cancer research. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Zachary Houck, along with the Council of Borough of Haddon Heights, New Jersey, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Again, thank you guys so much. And this is such a great cause that you guys
What I
champion.
forgot to mention is our daughter started this Infinite Love for Cancer, for kids fighting cancer. And in 10 years, she has raised $2.3 million.
That's an incredible.
And it's for research and for helping families go through it. So.
Because some families lose everything because of
lose
the
everything.
bills.
Yeah.
So she actually helps them with things, so they
That's
don't
wonderful.
Well,
sink.
thank you again.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for
again.
having us.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Kelly.
All right, next we have approval of the minutes of the August 7th, 2024 work session meeting. May I have a motion for the approval of the minutes, please? A motion by Councilwoman Russo. May I have a second?
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Harron. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? Thank you. Next, look for the approval of the executive session minutes of the August 7th, 2024 work session meeting. May I have a motion for the approval of the executive session minutes, please? Understood. We're going to strike that item. Next, we have the borough's engineers report.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Howard. We submitted our written report. Just have a couple items we want to highlight. A couple of road projects we have about ready to start for the Haddon Heights Road Program, East High and Maple. We had bids out last couple of weeks. They came in favorably, so we have a resolution on tonight for awarding that contract. Same with the municipal aid DOT project, second phase of St. Martin's. We also got favorable bids for that. That is also on for tonight's approval resolution. We should have the contracts out by the end of the week, and we hope to have construction started by the end of the month if everything moves smoothly. The DOT project might have a slight delay just for getting concurrence from the DOT, but it shouldn't be much longer than the other project. And that's all I have, unless there's any questions from council.
Council members?
Did you speak to the Kings Highway meeting that we attended, the pre-con meeting from last
Yes,
week?
Camden County had a pre-construction meeting last week regarding the repaving of Kings Highway as well as utility upgrades. They plan on starting the week of the 16th. The beginning of the project will start with tree trimming. Then they'll move into utility replacement, sanitary sewer, things of that nature. Hopefully, the repaving portion of it probably won't start until the spring. Over the winter, if the winter is more mild, they may move into some concrete work. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Just add a few things on that. One, there's going to be two-way traffic throughout the entirety of the project. So there's not going to be the same sort of detours that were experienced for New Jersey American Water. And then also the county is going to have a dedicated web page to the project. As soon as the dedicated web page is available, it'll be provided to Kelly, so it'll be posted on the website. So if anybody asks you what's going on with the Kings Highway project on a day-to-day basis, please refer them to our website, and that'll be linked to the county website, which will be the most up-to-date information. And we're relying on the county to keep that populated and up to date. And they have done that on several recent projects, and it's been very, very successful, especially in terms of providing that outreach to the community.
I also believe there'll be two site managers out there, I believe, liaisoning with businesses and residents that have concerns throughout the project.
So, and then obviously if any business is affected or anything else, please forward the email. Kelly will have the contact for the county contact persons, but anything that comes up, our office is always available as well to see what we can do to assist.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we move into unfinished business. We have public hearing and final adoption of ordinance 2024-1551, an ordinance of the Borough of Haddon Heights, County of Camden, New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $12,500 from the Capital Improvement Fund for the purchase of ambulance and stretcher per the cost sharing outlined in Emergency Medical Services Shared Service Agreement. May I have a motion to open the public hearing of ordinance 2024-1551?
Phillips, so moved.
Motion by Councilman Phillips. May I have a second? Second. Seconded by Council President Morgan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? Thank you. Public hearing portion is now open for ordinance 2024-1551. Please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Not seeing any public comment. May I have a motion to close the public comment portion of ordinance 2024-1551? Motion by Council President Morgan. May I have a second?
Second.
seconded by Councilwoman Russo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? Thank you. Next, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-1551, an ordinance of the Borough of Haddon Heights, County of Camden, New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $12,500 for the Capital Improvements Fund for the purchase of an ambulance and stretcher per the cost sharing outlined in Emergency Medical Services Shared Service Agreement.
Russo, so moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Russo. May I have a second?
Second, Phillips.
Seconded by Councilwoman Phillips. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Otteson,
I'm sorry, yes.
I'm sorry, Councilman Otteson?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Councilwoman Russo
Yes.
and Councilwoman Harron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're moving into new business. We have introduction of ordinance 2024, an ordinance amending the Code of Borough of Haddon Heights to provide for the licensing and regulation of towing and storage services. Public hearing and final adoption of ordinance 2024-1552 is scheduled for Tuesday, September 17th, 2024, here in the Borough Hall at 7 p.m. They have a motion to introduce ordinance 2024-1552.
Phillips, so moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Phillips. May I have a second? Seconded by Council President Morgan. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips.
Yes.
Councilman Otteson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Russo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Again, final public hearing. Thank you. Again, public hearing and final adoption of ordinance 2024-1552 is scheduled for our next meeting, Tuesday, September 17th, 2024, here in the Borough Hall at approximately 7 p.m. Next, we have introduction of ordinance 2024-1553, an ordinance amending Chapter 100 of the Code of Borough of Haddon Heights entitled Vehicles and Traffic. This is for a stop sign at Garden Street and Crest Avenue. The public hearing and final adoption of ordinance 2024-1553 is also scheduled for Tuesday, September 17th at approximately 7 p.m. in the municipal building located here in Haddon Heights. We have a motion to introduce ordinance 2024-1553. Motion by Councilman Otteson. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilwoman Harron. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilman Otteson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Russo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, public hearing and final adoption for ordinance 2024-1553 is scheduled for our next meeting, Tuesday, September 17th, here in the Borough Hall at approximately 7 p.m. Next, we have resolutions 2024-158, a resolution awarding a contract to municipal maintenance company for the purpose of purchase and installation of new pump and rental of temporary pump for the Maple Ave Pump Station. Resolution 2024-159, a resolution awarding a contract to Charles Marandino LLC for the purpose fiscal year 2024 road program High Street and Maple Ave. Resolution 2024-160, a resolution awarding a contract to Earl Asphalt Company of Wall, New Jersey for the purpose of fiscal year 2023 NJDOT Municipal Aid Program for resurfacing of St. Martin's Avenue Phase 2. Resolution 2024-161, a resolution establishing emergency requiring immediate remediation of environmental conditions, HVAC systems in the municipal building. Resolution 2024-162, a resolution awarding a contract to ServPro for the purpose of providing remediation of environmental conditions in the municipal building. Resolution 2024-163, a resolution authorizing the award of a project to Pannoni Associates, Inc. for redevelopment investigations and related services. Resolution 2024-164, a resolution approving change order number 1, final for the fiscal year 2022 NJDOT Trust Fund reconstruction of St. Martin's Ave. Resolution 2024-165, a resolution authorizing the cancellation of capital improvements authorization balances. Resolution 2024-166, resolution canceling outstanding checks. Resolution 2024-167, a resolution authorizing an extension of deadline for sewer exemption fee. Resolution 2024-168, a resolution authorizing refund of current year sewer fee payments for exempt residents. Resolution 2024-169, a resolution authorizing refunds of sewer fee overpayments. Resolution 2024-170, a resolution authorizing payment of bills and claims for the first half of September. Resolution 2024-171, a resolution authorizing a refund of a community center rental agreement. Resolution 2024-172, a resolution the Borough of Haddon Heights authorizing settlement of litigation. And Resolution 2024-173, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12, 1 for personal matter related to certified municipal finance officer, And 2, matters related to redevelopment of St. Mary's. Discussion is expected to be about a half hour in duration. Formal action may be taken on the foregoing items following executive session. May I have an introduction of, or may I have a motion to approve those resolutions, please?
Russo, so moved.
Motion by Councilman Russo. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Council President Morgan. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes, with an abstention on Resolution 2024:158.
thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Otteson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Russo,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Herron.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now open it up for public comment. That's public comment on anything at all. Please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. Not seeing any public comment. We'll close the public comment portion and we'll recess into executive session. And I believe we should be about hopefully less than a half hour, but about that. Steve, I think we're good. Everything's good. Yep. Can I get a motion to come out of executive session?
Phillips, so moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Phillips. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Pagan. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstained? Thank you. Not seeing anything to act on, may I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Pagan. May I have a second? Seconded by Councilman Odison. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstained? Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.